The South African private sector is working to deliver the United Nations 2030 Agenda and the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The Global Compact Network South Africa has created a platform to unify action to deliver the global goals. This is one of Investec's stories.
Life can be hard and full of choices. Would you save this rhino? He's at risk. Or would you invest in this little girl who carries water all day long? What if it was not a choice? What if they could save each other with some gentle helping hands? This is a story about my 3 children and their future. We live in Mpumalanga, South Africa, and our lands are rich with wildlife. Millions of visitors come every year. They come to see the last of our rhino before they fade away. This is my daughter. Her name is Ulwazi. She used to fetch water all day long. Her name means knowledge, but she had little then, except for where best to get the water, from between the mud and rocks. She was missing out on school, like I did. That was then, before a change was dreamed by many dreamers. Our wildlife economy was starting to draw partners together. The seeds of change were coming, with my child held in its heart. Investment is a money thing, but it needs shared ideas and many hands that work together. The great thing about investors is they see how systems fit together. They know change starts with small investments that grow in interest over time. Many heads were put together and seeds of change were chosen to make us strong. The first seed of change starts with water. Water is life. The investor had a client that it partnered with to bring us a modern solar water system. Ulwazi's brother Zenzele worked to help to put it in, and now he has a job that wasn't there before. He tells me that the solar panels, tanks, and water towers are very new technologies that are clean and good for our land. I like that. But I like it more that the water is clean and the cholera is gone. Our babies can drink safely now, and my Ulwazi is safe and isn't needed to fetch water from the dirty river anymore. The next seed of change was learning. Our schools had been very poor. Our youths lacked the skills they needed to get our local jobs. We were starting to come together now, the government, the investor, the school, and my community. We were starting to dream together, to dream bigger. And my eldest daughter, Sizani, wanted her dream to be a reality. When we planted the Adult Learning Academy seed, she seized it and she grew. The Good Work Foundation, it's called. And they bring digital skills. Sizani taught me that word, digital. Our foundation uses computers to teach English and digital ability and all the different skills that the local tourist industry needs. Sizani learned fast and got a work internship as a receptionist at a nearby lodge. Sizani spent time working with the tourists and with the rangers. She was now working together with our rhino. Yes, that rhino has won her heart. Sizani did well at the lodge, and now she had a salary. She never had one before, and that was the next seed of change in our story. Many of her friends have been helped by YES to get jobs in wildlife too. So money from the tourism is reaching our village now. There are more spenders than before. Money like a trickle, becoming a stream. Our young people are not as poor as we were. They are doing well. Sizani and her friends like spending locally, and the next seed of change is the reason why money from our new businesses goes to our schools. So back to Ulwazi, my youngest child and the youngest seed of change. Her school was helped by the academy and local businesses to give her a good start. That was the cooperative way that we dreamed. Ulwazi is going on to study more. We recently heard of Investec's Pro Maths program in maths and science and believe she could get a distinction. She wants to apply for an Investec bursary and go on to university so she can become a computer engineer. Ulwazi now has knowledge, like her name. Like all my children, she loves the rhino and these hills, so I think she'll come back to work right here. I laugh when I think of all her options. We've got a wildlife economy here. The investor has partnered with another client to make sure the tourists keep coming and that businesses grow. Sizani recently became a ranger. She now teaches young people to have her skills. Poachers still come, but our rhinos are growing in number. This is because we are stronger now. Our community looks after our precious rhinos, guarding the life that lives in our land. Our seeds of change have grown together. Divided we fall, and united we stand.
Tourism contributes 130 billion rand a year to our economy. Investec sees tourism as a key driver of growth, with endless opportunities to expand. Together we can overcome the challenges that rural communities face, empowering individuals, whilst also preserving our biodiversity. More will be needed to deliver the 2030 Agenda and the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. What is your organisation doing to bring about an ecosystem of change, and how will you join in? Told in appreciation of the partnerships, contributions and shared value being created in Mpumalanga and across wider South Africa in stories like this one, now and in the future.